Some legacies are not carved in marble or granite, but in the melodies that move us, the lyrics that heal us, and in the hearts of millions who find hope through them. When a song transforms into a prayer and a stage becomes a sanctuary, you know you are witnessing something truly extraordinary. In an ever-changing world of music, only a rare few artists stand the test of time, not merely because of their talent, but because of the truth they pour into every note. Among these timeless figures are Bill and Gloria Gaither, two visionaries who have shaped generations through their music, their faith, and their devotion to something far greater than fame, ministry. Their songs have echoed through church halls, filled homes with peace, and comforted people through life's most difficult and sacred moments. But behind the harmony and hope, their journey was filled with challenges, faith-testing moments, and countless sacrifices. And now, as news surrounding Gloria's health begins to spread, many wonder what lies ahead for Bill Gaither and the future of their musical mission. Before the world came to know Bill Gaither as a gospel music legend, he was simply a young English teacher in Alexandria, Indiana, a man deeply in love with literature and quietly nurturing a passion for music that simmered beneath the surface of his lesson plans and chalk-covered classroom days. Yet, even then, something about his life was beginning to shift, guiding him toward a calling far greater than he could imagine. It was in the halls of Alexandria Monroe High School that fate stepped in, disguised as an ordinary day at work. During a routine faculty meeting, Bill met someone who would change the course of his life forever, Gloria Gaither, a calm and articulate French teacher whose quiet strength commanded attention. Gloria was not only an educator, she was a scholar, a triple major in English, French, and sociology from Anderson University. Her intelligence was matched only by her depth of spirit. It wasn't long before Bill and Gloria discovered a shared passion for learning, faith, and creativity. Their conversations flowed naturally, touching on literature, philosophy, music, and ministry as if they had been speaking the same language all along. They connected not just on ideas but on vision, two souls in harmony, unknowingly composing the first verses of a lifelong duet. By 1962, those harmonies found permanence when Bill and Gloria married, not just as husband and wife, but as creative partners destined to redefine Christian music. In the beginning, their lives still revolved around education. Bill continued teaching English, while Gloria taught French, and together they spent evenings and weekends writing songs at their kitchen table. The balance between teaching and songwriting was delicate, yet deeply fulfilling. To them, both professions were about touching hearts and shaping lives. Every class lesson and every lyric held a purpose, a desire to inspire. Everything changed in 1964 when Bill wrote "He Touched Me," a song that instantly resonated with listeners. It wasn't just another gospel tune. It was a living testimony, a musical confession of faith that reached far beyond the small-town world they once knew. Suddenly, what began as a side passion started to look like a divine calling. The classroom walls could no longer contain their growing vision. By 1967, Bill made a bold decision. He left his teaching job behind, choosing faith over security, and trusting that music was his true ministry. Gloria soon followed. The couple traded chalkboards for microphones, lesson plans for tour schedules, and together, they stepped onto a new stage, literally. Alongside Bill's brother Danny, they formed the Bill Gaither Trio, and what followed was a whirlwind of performances, recordings, and growing audiences. But their shows were never just concerts, they were experiences of worship. People didn't just clap, they prayed, cried, and found hope in their songs. What made the Gaithers special wasn't only their musical skill, though that was undeniable, it was their authenticity. Their songs told stories of faith, struggle, redemption, and home. Gloria's poetic sensibility blended perfectly with Bill's melodic gift, creating music that spoke to the soul. Their lyrics were thoughtful yet relatable, emotional but never overly sentimental. Listening to a Gaither song felt like having your heart translated into melody. From their humble beginnings in small Indiana classrooms to stages across the world, Bill and Gloria Gaither's journey stands as a living testament to what happens when faith aligns with purpose, and when two lives find harmony in a shared song that never ends. It's a rare thing for a song to outlive the era it was written in, to evolve from a melody into a movement, from a lyric into a lasting legacy. Yet that is exactly what Bill and Gloria achieved. Their music didn't just top Christian charts, it became part of everyday life. Their songs filled churches, echoed through hospitals, and played softly in living rooms where faith met hardship. These were not just compositions, they were modern hymns of comfort, conviction, and courage. Take "Because He Lives," for example, a song born during one of the most uncertain seasons of their lives. At the time, the world was filled with turmoil, the future seemed frightening, and Gloria had just given birth to their son, Ben. Out of that chaos came the words that would give strength to millions. Because he lives, I can face tomorrow. It wasn't merely a lyric, it was a declaration of faith. The song became a phenomenon not because it was grand, but because it was honest, heartfelt, and deeply human. And it wasn't their only timeless piece. He Touched Me, written in 1963, was inspired by a preacher's phrase during a church service. Bill turned that phrase into a song that transcended time, and when Elvis Presley recorded it, gospel music found a new audience worldwide. Then came The King Is Coming, a song filled with cinematic grandeur and spiritual anticipation, painting a vivid picture of Jesus' return. It made theology feel like poetry. On the other hand, the gentle, soul-stirring Jesus, there's something about that name reminded listeners that sometimes, the simplest phrases can hold eternal meaning. Their creative process was a beautiful conversation between two hearts. Gloria, the storyteller, had a gift for capturing emotion and truth in words. Bill, the composer, could turn everyday inspiration into timeless melodies. They didn't just co-write songs, they co-lived them. By 2012, the couple had written more than 700 songs together, an astonishing achievement that reflected not just creativity but spiritual devotion. Their goal was never fame, it was always connection. Their music wasn't written for the radio, it was written for the heart. But the Gaithers were more than songwriters. They were performers, pioneers, and visionaries. The Bill Gaither trio laid the foundation, but as the years passed, their work evolved into something even greater, the Gaither Vocal Band. This group brought together powerhouse vocalists whose harmonies could move audiences to tears. Their concerts felt less like performances and more like worship gatherings. And then came the Homecoming series, a groundbreaking project that united generations of gospel artists. These weren't just concerts, they were celebrations of faith and legacy, with Bill at the center, not as a star, but as a humble curator of Christian tradition. Behind the scenes, Gloria remained the quiet yet powerful force. She edited scripts, wrote introductions, organized events, and ensured that every project remained spiritually grounded. Her presence could be felt in the tone and sincerity of every Gaither production. From scribbling lyrics on napkins to filling sold-out arenas, Bill and Gloria Gaither have never simply made music, they've made history. Their legacy continues to echo every time someone, somewhere, lifts their voice and sings, "Because he lives, I can face tomorrow." When most people think of Bill Gaither, they don't just recall a name, they hear music. They hear melodies, harmonies, and heartfelt lyrics that have filled churches, homes, and hearts around the world. But behind those beautiful songs lies something even deeper, a visionary mind that blended ministry with entrepreneurship. Bill didn't just sing gospel music, he built an empire of faith. What began as a humble calling grew into a movement, and behind that movement stood a structure as carefully crafted as any of the Gaithers' timeless harmonies. At the center of it all stands the Gaither Music Company, not merely a record label but a complete ecosystem of faith-based creativity. Through Gaither Studios, the family has produced countless albums, DVDs, and video series, each marked by an exceptional level of quality rarely seen outside mainstream media. These aren't just musical projects. They are spiritual experiences, carefully designed to touch hearts and stand the test of time. Every camera angle in a Homecoming video and every note on a live album carries the hallmark of excellence and deep emotion. Supporting the performances is the Gaither Management Group, the engine that keeps everything moving. From live event planning to logistics, from artist coordination to tour management, this team ensures that Gaither concerts run smoothly. Yet, even with all their scale and professionalism, there's an intimacy that defines every Gaither performance. A concert never feels like a grand spectacle. It feels like being invited into the Gaither living room to worship and rejoice together. Their entrepreneurial spirit didn't end there. Through Gaither Family Resources, the brand expanded into the world of retail and media. This branch created a way for fans to engage with the Gaithers' message beyond concerts and music, through books, devotionals, and DVDs that echoed the same spiritual warmth found in their songs. Every product carried a piece of the Gaither soul, encouraging, uplifting, and rooted in scripture. Another key part of their success was Gaither copyright management, which ensured that their songs, many now considered cornerstones of global Christian music, remained under their stewardship. This wasn't just about protecting intellectual property. It was about protecting the message, safeguarding lyrics that spoke of faith, hope, and salvation. With hundreds of Gaither songs recorded by artists worldwide, this careful management was vital in preserving both artistic and spiritual integrity. In the 1990s, Bill Gaither took another groundbreaking step by co-founding Spring Hill Music Group. This move allowed him to stay fully independent, maintaining complete creative and commercial control over his work. It meant that the Gaithers could shape not only the music itself but also how it was shared with the world. While many artists were bound to corporate record labels, Bill and Gloria Gaither followed their own compass, guided by faith, not market trends. Through it all, their brand has remained much more than a business. It's a ministry wrapped in professionalism. What makes it remarkable is its consistency. Whether it's a live concert, a DVD, a magazine, or even a piece of merchandise, the heart behind it never changes: to glorify God, encourage believers, and offer hope to the world. But success has never shielded the Gaithers from sorrow. In 2001, Bill suffered a profound loss when his brother and original singing partner, Danny Gaither, passed away after a long illness. Danny's voice had once defined the early sound of the Gaither trio. His warm tenor tone brought life to their earliest songs. His passing wasn't just the end of an era, it was a deeply personal heartbreak. Bill didn't just lose a musical partner, he lost a brother, friend, and co-minister. Then, in 2018, another blow struck the family when Marianne Gaither, their sister and fellow original trio member, passed away. Marianne had brought light and joy to their performances, her humble and faith-filled spirit touching everyone around her. Losing both siblings who had stood beside him from the beginning left a deep void in Bill's heart. And yet, through the grief, the music didn't fade, it transformed. It became richer, deeper, and filled with a more profound sense of hope. When the Gaithers sing about heaven or healing, it comes not from theory but from lived experience, faith tested and proven through pain. Within this enduring story stands one of the most quietly powerful figures in gospel history, Gloria Gaither. While Bill often stood under the spotlight, Gloria's pen crafted the very soul of their ministry. She is far more than a lyricist. She's a theologian who writes in verse, a poet who captures divine truth in song. Her words reach hearts across generations, bringing wisdom and warmth wherever they are heard. Gloria's journey wasn't limited to the stage. In 1991, while raising a family and serving in ministry, she earned her Master of Arts in British and American Literature from Ball State University. For her, education wasn't about status. It was about depth, digging deeper into meaning, language, and truth. Her lyrics reflect that same depth, exploring real struggles, doubt, identity, grace, and suffering. She never painted the Christian walk as perfect or easy. Instead, she honored both the valleys and the mountaintops with honesty and reverence. Over the years, Gloria authored more than 40 books, including 20 for children. Her children's works are far from simple rhymes. They are filled with spiritual insight and timeless lessons that plant seeds of faith early in life. Her brilliance has not gone unnoticed. She has received 7 honorary doctorate degrees, a testament to her influence as both a thinker and a spiritual guide. Gloria Gaither's work has bridged the worlds of music, theology, and literature, and few lyricists have ever earned such scholarly respect. Her words have been studied in seminaries, her songs sung in churches, and her thoughts quoted in countless sermons. She gave voice to the prayers people couldn't find words for, offering both comfort and clarity. Her gift lies in making the complex accessible, giving gospel music both intellectual strength and emotional soul. In recent years, however, fans have grown quietly concerned about Gloria's health. While the Gaithers have never shared public details, her reduced appearances and the occasional whispers from close circles suggest she may be facing personal health struggles. Yet even in this uncertainty, waves of love and prayers pour in from around the globe. For many, Gloria's words have carried them through seasons of grief and doubt, and now, those same people are carrying her in their prayers. Naturally, this has led to a question within the gospel community. Are we witnessing the final chapter of the Gaither era? There's been no announcement of retirement, no farewell tour, no official goodbye. But signs of slowing down are evident: fewer appearances, fewer homecoming events, and a softer, more reflective tone in Bill's recent words. Now in his late 80s, Bill often speaks about the importance of family and cherishing the time that remains. The fire still burns, but it burns gently, like a warm evening glow rather than a blazing spotlight. If the Gaithers are indeed entering their sunset years, it's a sunset filled with color, peace, and gratitude. Not a sudden ending, but a graceful transition into quiet reflection. And perhaps that's exactly how it should be, not with applause and confetti, but with a lingering melody that continues long after the final note. Even if Bill and Gloria Gaither never write or perform another song, their legacy is already eternal. Their music has woven itself into the spiritual fabric of millions of lives. It's sung in churches, whispered in hospital rooms, and played in living rooms where families gather to worship. Their songs like Because He Lives continue to offer strength and assurance for tomorrow. The Gaithers didn't just create music, they crafted testimonies. Their songs bridged generations, united denominations, and kept Southern gospel music alive and thriving, even as trends shifted. From Elvis Presley to small-town church choirs, countless artists have drawn inspiration from their work. Their music has accompanied life's biggest moments: births, weddings, funerals, and moments of quiet prayer. In a world obsessed with fame and novelty, Bill and Gloria Gaither stand as reminders of the power of faithful consistency. They never chased popularity, they created something timeless. They didn't just talk about God, they invited people to experience Him. Even now, as they face aging and health challenges, they do so with humility, grace, and unwavering faith. Whether or not Bill Gaither ever takes the stage again, his music, and Gloria's words, will continue to live on. Their ministry is immortal, carried in every voice that sings their songs. They were never just musicians. They were ministers, mentors, and messengers. And their melody, the melody of faith, hope, and love, will continue to echo through generations to come. If you grew up listening to the Gaithers or have ever been touched by one of their songs, now is the time to celebrate their legacy. A legacy that proves that when music is rooted in truth, love, and faith, it never truly ends. It simply lives on in the hearts of all who believe. The Gaither story continues to inspire because it's not just about fame, awards, or musical success. It's about faith in action. Bill and Gloria Gaither built something far beyond a career. They built a community bound together by shared belief, emotion, and purpose. Their concerts weren't just performances. They were family gatherings where strangers became friends, and faith came alive through song. Each lyric, every harmony, felt like a sermon wrapped in melody, a reminder that music could heal and connect in ways spoken words sometimes couldn't. Over the decades, the Gaithers have touched nearly every corner of Christian culture. They've influenced how gospel music is recorded, distributed, and performed. But more importantly, they've influenced how people feel the gospel. Through their Homecoming series, they brought together generations of artists, young newcomers and seasoned legends, to celebrate the message of Jesus Christ. These gatherings became a living history of gospel music, preserving traditions while nurturing fresh voices to carry the legacy forward. One of the most striking things about Bill Gaither is his gift for bringing people together. He has an uncanny ability to unite talent across denominational and stylistic divides, reminding the world that at its core, faith is about connection, not competition. Under his leadership, the Gaither Homecoming concerts became a symbol of unity and diversity, showing how various sounds, Southern gospel, contemporary Christian, country, and even bluegrass, could blend beautifully when the message was the same. Even now, when age has slowed his physical pace, Bill Gaither remains deeply connected to the ministry's heartbeat. He continues to mentor new artists, encouraging them to stay true to their message and their calling. Many of today's leading gospel performers credit Bill for giving them a platform or a word of encouragement when they needed it most. His leadership has always been rooted in servanthood, and that humility is part of what makes the Gaither legacy so enduring. Meanwhile, Gloria's influence extends far beyond the music world. Her essays, books, and devotionals continue to circulate in Bible study groups, Christian colleges, and homes across.